Hi everyone, I'm here today to talk about Lisa Schneider's essay, Iconography and the Feminist Ideal, which she wrote in a feminist theory lens. And what she talked about really was the male ego that comes with illusions. So what she focused on was a painting that Marlowe found in the manager spy's treasure room. And she goes on to describe the different ways that that a female is portrayed and the different influences that this painting has on the text and on society itself. She starts off by pointing out the different aspects of the painting, which are of course the female form, but also the torch that the female is carrying and the fact that she's blindfolded. What she does is that she explores the different things that these symbols could be representing, such as courage, or you're blinded by the light of civilization and imperialism, and mankind sort of struggling to find light in darkness, which again is represented by the torch. Direct influences of this painting seem to be A.L. Janet's La France éclairant le monde and the Statue of Liberty by Auguste Bartholdi, which usually this woman of justice and this bringer of light tend to serve as knowledge and information, but traditionally it's been shown that women in literature, when they are blind, tend to represent ignorance and the ability to not understand beyond their traditional roles and be capable of doing anything outside their traditional roles, whereas males in blindness represent some sort of insight, such as Tiresias in Oedipus, as we have read. So this contradiction again supports her major theme of disillusionment and real versus reality and the male fetish. She identifies fetishes through of course the traditional sexual reference of what males want in females, and then she explores that further through the Lacanian view of the Freud philosophy that men actually develop fetishes because they take their idea of disempowerment and what they're lacking and they place it onto women, trying to find something that will make them more appealing or attractive. And so this sort of idea of a fetish challenges the male fantasies of power, of gaze, and of course of the human female body. An example that she gives for how this idea of fetish and illusion translates over to reality is the photograph of the intended, where he sees her in light and in beauty, and he pictures her as a very docile person willing to hear his stories. And of course, when he meets her, she's very much the opposite, very talkative, very emotional, and dressed all in black. We've come to know this as catfish, whereas when a woman and a man meet online, for example, and a man sees that a woman is very beautiful and very outgoing, and he meets her in real life and she's like 20 pounds more. It's just a very applicable to today. And this idea of illusionment also translates to the Congo, where Marlowe was expecting a very different scene from what he got. He was expecting light and understanding, and instead he got more confusion, and he ended up traveling into the heart of darkness. Another thing that Schneider focuses on besides the symbol of light and the torch and of blindness and of course a female body, is the actual context of where the picture was found. The painting was kept in the manager spy's room, his trophy room, so to speak, and this actual spatial setting is very important because it also holds weapons and spears and other sorts of violent icons. And so this places this painting, of course, with a certain degree of power. Honestly, when I read this text, Heart of Darkness, I would barely even paid attention to the painting. I thought it was just another piece of a small prop that came into the story, but after reading this essay, I realized how much exists in each little detail of a story and how intricate and political this story really is. Not only in the feminist ideal, but also very philosophical, and very tied into other real world events, such as what I mentioned of the catfish and the Statue of Liberty, of course, and the way men and women relate in terms of actual humanness and in the search for power.